guys, welcome back. SAFTAD to the Tackle Trade Show 2024. Now I'm sitting with Lee Kane. Lee is a legend in the bass world, as you all know. He's a legend in pretty much all facets of angling, right? I mean, if I want advice on how to think speed, how to catch a fish, anything on that freshwater side, he's the guy I go to. Obviously, I go to his brother on the saltwater side. So this is a family that knows stuff. Now, today we are talking live target. Lee, you were telling me earlier on that this is almost like a secret that's out there. Lots of guys use it, they don't share it, but you're going to share it with us. So kick it off. Share.
Welcome to the viewers. So what we're going to talk about today is a live target, one of the products in particular. It's called the bait ball. I just want to give you a background history before we get to the actual bait ball product itself. Probably 5, 6, 7 decades ago, the saltwater offshore guys introduced the umbrella rigs, which they still do today.
Yeah.
Trawlers, teasers behind the boats. It looks like a school of bait fish, bring the fish up.
Yeah.
And about 15, 20 years ago, the freshwater guys thought, well, this might be an idea to catch our freshwater fish, not necessarily specifically bass. And that was the advent of what they called the Alabama rig. The Alabama rig basically had 5 jig heads on a spreader, on a wire spreader. Each jig head obviously carrying some weight and a separate lure. The drawback or the disadvantage of that was the weight of the product. But there was soon, guys came to realize that there's a lot of success. We're having a lot of success with an Alabama rig, catching at least more than one fish at a time on a rig. But a lot of the tournaments, as you know, only allow you to have one hook in the water at a time, not necessarily one lure. And that's where the live target bait ball came around. The exciting part about the live ball bait, the bait ball, is that it comes in 3 different weights. So you no longer, like the Alabama rig, had to have a really heavy rod, maybe a 7.76 heavy or extra heavy to throw the product. Here you're starting off at 1/4 of an ounce, you're going to 3/8 ounce lure. The primary difference here is that there is only one hook on the rig, and it's got a spreader on it. It's got 3 more lures on it, which are interchangeable, three more minnows on it, and it's got a willow leaf blade. The willow leaf blade is also interchangeable, so if you want to get a little bit more thump out of this lure, you can put a Colorado or an Indiana blade on it. You can change from silver to gold. You've got 5 different color options, mostly natural bait fish colors, depending on your water color. And some of the secrets of using this bait is to change up, not to have all 4 of the colors exactly the same.
So I was just going to ask about that. We can change them with different colors.
So you can change it up. So even found years ago with the Alabama rig is that guys often would put the bigger lure or the bigger minnow, they would take like a pearl color. And as opposed to being a bait ball, it would be a predator fish chasing a bunch of minnows. And that seems to have been very successful and exciting, the bass in particular. The way to fish this lure, it's very incredibly versatile. So first and foremost, I would rig it like a spinnerbait. So probably on a 7.72, 7.3 medium heavy rod. I would be using 17 to 20 pound fluoro because you're going to fish it subsurface. You can fish it conventionally like a spinnerbait. So on a nice windy day, lovely along a grass edge. But taking it further than that, if the fish are sitting deeper structure in the water, you can let it sink down and you can almost fish it like any other of your swim bait or your swim bait plastics or that you're fishing today, almost a jig style fishing in the winter. In the winter, you could drop it down onto ledges, old river channels, that type of thing, rock ledges, let it go all the way down and rip it off the bottom. So from a versatility point of view, it's a rig that you can fish the entire year. I found the most success with this rig is when the wind blows along the grass, almost to yo-yo this lure. And depending on how heavy the wind is, you're going to throw either a lighter one, 1/4 ounce, you're going to go 3/8 or 1/2 ounce. The 1/2 ounce is great if you want to get it down deeper. If you wanted to add weight to the lure, you could always use one of the smaller rigs here, just with a screw-on weighted head. So in other words, no extra hook. You're going to add a little bit to it if you're getting really deep. It's a kind of lure that I'd be happy to try and fish right in the heart of winter, especially in our deeper waters where you want to get down to 30, 40, 45 foot for the guys who not so great on the Imperials, but 10 meters plus, you want to get it. It'll take a while to get down there if you've got in a 1/4 ounce version. But like I say, it's incredibly versatile bait, a number of colors to come in, all natural bait fish colors, with the exception of the chartreuse. We've all found it, especially in the bass industry, we found a chartreuse to be a really exciting color. Typically, I would take a rig like this and maybe add one chartreuse into it just to get a different flash on it. Fishing the... Sorry, finish.
No. I was just wondering, how big can we go with these other minnows over there? Would you just stick to that size?
There's no restriction because you've got 3 sizes in the minnow. You've got a large, medium, and a small. And the minnows don't thread onto here. They've got their own eyelet on each of the minnows here. And their replacement body. And these are slightly weighted, so they're going to add more to it. And these are just for the main line on the bottom where the jig head is already. But you could put a bigger one on here. The only restriction that you might be more concerned about is that it might interfere with the fish finding that hook.
Of course.
But there's your original Alabama rigs, the guys used to put 5 lures, all the same size at the same size spread. This spread on the live target, they've actually shortened the spread. And the beauty of all the live target products is from the outset when they created them, is they are incredibly lifelike. I don't know if how much detail you can see. There's incredible detail on here with the gill and the fins and the belly. So the detail on all of your live target stuff is absolutely incredible. So that's in a nutshell. If you want to find out how good...
How's the drag on when you're retrieving this? I mean, what are we expecting? Is it going to be quite heavy to retrieve?
It's not. On the smaller ones, not particularly. It's probably similar to throwing a big bladed spinnerbait. Not much more than that. The Alabama rigs, original ones with the big minnows on them, were much, much harder to retrieve. This is much more user-friendly. And you don't have to have really heavy tackle. But I would always, with this type of rig, I'd use reasonably heavy line. I'd go 15, 17, 20 pound even. Purely, not only that you don't want to lose the prey, you don't want to lose the fish.
So when a bass is coming to feed on this, right, he's going to obviously be chasing, he's seen this whole school of fish coming through. He's essentially just going to come and grab the whole lot, or would he be whacking these? Or
so the idea, one of the ideas that I like about using this type of rig, an umbrella type rig like this, is you can leave the small minnows on here, and as opposed to this being a bait ball, you can put a completely different color, let's say a silver or pearl on the bottom here, and almost imitate that is a small predator chasing this school. So you can mix it up. You can mix it up with it, and it's the same with the blade. If you put a bigger Colorado or a longer willow leaf on here, you're going to get a different action on it. You're going to get more flash. And in our waters up here, generally, we've got multiple species around. So the gold blades, some guys, I'm very fond of a gold blade because I know we've got a lot of carp in our water up here. But silver, so you can change to a silver blade, a black blade. It all depends on the presentation, the clarity of water that you and the type of fish the type of fish that are naturally in the water that you fish. But that, in a nutshell, is a live target bait ball. It's a fantastic product. I really like the product, and you want to find out how good it is. You just got to get yourself one, get out there and get it in the water. Try it any time of the year. There's no limitation to when you can fish this product. And that's
availability wise, are they available in stores and things?
They're available in stores. In a lot of the stores, the brand. We're doing more and more work like this where we're trying to promote the brand to get it out into the stores. But majority of the stores are aware of the product. They might not have it in yet, but they will have it soon.
Obviously, I think the viewers might be wondering what sort of price range would this retail at? I mean, something like
so
this. We know Live Target is high-end quality stuff.
It's for me, in comparison to what's in the market today. So the only thing you can really compare it to is the spinnerbaits. So it's in the mid to higher price range. It's not the top-end price range of what you would pay for a spinnerbait. It's incredibly versatile bait. It's actually a fun bait to throw, and it's easy. You don't have to have specialized tackle for it.
Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Well, guys, Live Target, the bait ball. It's bass is starting to pick up. I think it's the spawning season. They're going to be looking for this little bait fish and stuff. This is definitely something to try. And like you said, it's one of the secrets that's out there right now. Excellent. So yeah, Lee, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for the viewers. Thanks for your time.